Leadership as it is not an easy task. It has to do with a lot of things, especially working with your subordinate to achieve your aim and your goal. On this episode of the Campus Show, we seek to interview a leader and we'll tell you more. Let's take our quote for the week. We'll be right back. You're warmly welcome back to the Campus Show with me and Diepon Deji here on the Diepon Online TV. This is the Campus Show. I'm sure you got inspired by the quotes you watched or you read. And I'm here with one of the presidents of the universities in Ghana. He calls himself Barrister, a level 400 student studying Bachelor of Laws in the University of Cape Coast. He is also a farmer and goes by the name Lateef Lawrence Juhowi. Did I mention it correctly?
Juhowi.
Juhowi. My apologies. So Lateef Lawrence Juhowi. Aspire to inspire.
Yeah, aspire to inspire.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So Joey, going straight to the point and keeping this very short. Could you tell us a bit, apart from you being the president of the UCC and you doing law as or studying law as a program, could you tell us a bit about you?
Like you mentioned, I'm Lateef Lawrence Juhowi. I'm from the Sisala West District, or the Sisala West constituency, a community called JFC. I schooled in Grell Preparatory, schooled in Kadajuni, DA Primary. I schooled in Chromo Press B, in Techman Primary B, and I completed my primary school in JFC GHS.
Okay.
Went to Nandom Senior High School and came to University of Cape Coast.
You went to Adontain?
No. I went to Chromo Press B.
Chromo Press B. Where exactly?
Techman.
Yeah. Okay.
I was there for just a term.
Why?
I was just doing a transit.
No, I'm talking of your days in secondary school.
I went to Nandom Senior High.
Nandom Senior High.
Nandom
Senior High School.
Yes.
And that's where you completed your.
Yeah, that's why I completed high school.
You completed high school. In growing up, what was some of the leadership positions you held? Some of the leadership positions you held in school, and you being the SRC president of UCC, I'm sure you had gone through some of the leadership meals and all that. So what were some of them that you held back in your days in school?
In primary school to JHS, I was mostly class prefect from primary 2 to primary 4, and I think in JHS 1 to JHS 3, when I became ROC president, Rise of Children, we used to have a club called Rise of Children club president, and the senior boys prefect or the senior prefect.
Okay, that's in JHS.
Yeah, in JHS.
What the ROC, something talking club, what is about?
Rise of Children. It was just a club that was set up by Plan Ghana to advocate for the rights of children in the northern part of the country.
Okay, and in secondary school, what role did you play? What position?
I had quite a number of positions. I was then Sisala Student Union president. I was president for the debating club, that's the debate club. I was president for the Association of Business Students. I was vice president for vice president and editor-in-chief for the Pen News. We had a news club. We used for
then Lawrence, not to cut you short, then I one could tell from where he said that you have gone through the mill, gone for certain positions, various positions.
I have.
So with that, were you having it in mind when you came to, even prior to you coming to UCC, what's at the back of your head to become the president or the SRC president one day?
No.
So when did this start, or how did it start for you to kind of go for this position?
It was after I became SRC PRO in 2018.
That's in which year?
2018, 2019.
No, sorry, in which level?
I was in 300 by then.
Okay.
And then I became SRC PRO after I had first run in 2017-18 academic year and lost. and that was when I was in 200, ran again in 2018-19 when I was in, so 16-17, 17-18. Then I won in 18 and I became PRO for 18-19. I've never dreamt of becoming SRC president. It was never part of my contemplations whatsoever. No. It was when I got into contact with student leadership and I realized that there were so many problems, and I would probably say I was inspired by the then president I worked with, John Podo, the way he carried and resolved student issues together. I realized that there were a lot of things that we could do for students. Even when we left office in 2019, many after we left, we have so many students always sending messages thanking you for things you've done, being grateful, keeping them in school. And I felt that this was supposed to be the work of SRC. I don't know why they should be thanking us for doing our work. So when I came back to Faculty of Law last 3 years, I felt there was the need for us to contribute. We've learned a lot in servitude at that time, and there was the need to build on and give back to the students because it's disheartening seeing a lot of genuine student problems and then they are left unattended to for reasons that I do not think is for the student benefit. So I ran.
Okay, taking a bit back in the submission you just gave, you said you contested in 2018, then you didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting the picture clearly.
I read my first degree 2015 to 2019, completed school and came back.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what you are doing now is
I did Bachelor of Education Accounting first, finished, got my degree, got my license in education, a teacher license, and came back to read law.
okay. So you're doing your second degree, if I
Well, I don't call it second degree; it's a first degree too. It's an undergraduate program.
yeah. But you said you were so you being here, you were here for 4 years before you went.
Yes, 2015 to 2019.
Wow, and you came back again. So you have been here for 8 years.
Yes.
What triggered that?
Law has been a passion I have because of my involvement in debate from high school to the university, and I felt the law is one of the fields, professions that I can probably get to do what I like to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like debates, I like arguments, so I think the law gives me a good platform, a profession too.
Okay. So you could say for sure that the lawyer that you want to become, that's what triggered you to come for your first degree, as you don't call it, and then come back again to do another.
Well, no. After high school, it wasn't within me to do law. It was when I was here and I was finishing my first degree in accounting, I started having that innate edge for law. Even though I have always loved it, but it was not really a pressing thing that I wanted to do right after high school.
I see.
Yeah.
So the passion grew or came when you were doing your accounting course.
Maybe because I was much more involved with the debate when I came to the university. So.
Okay. Would you say for sure that you are the SRC president because your electorate or the student body voted for you because of you being here, you being with the previous government for that in your year that you were holding a position, or because they feel you can do the work? Which of them do you think, or which of these grounds do you think they voted for you or for you to become the SRS president? Because for you being here 8 years, I'm sure they know and this guy can do the work for us.
They voted for me because of the latter, because they felt I can do the work. And I gave them a reason why I should be their next president. So I don't think they voted for me because I have been here before. There have been many people who have contested for presidency because they have been here before, but it never succeeded. But I think I went down to the students and explained to them what I had for them and how I was going to accomplish them. It's beyond telling them what you want to do and how you want to do it. You need to give the student a reason why A, B, C that you are telling them is possible. And maybe I gave them more reasons why I felt I should be elected president. And my team's policies were carved around their own problems. And so I've been here for a while. I have the opportunity to understand the problems. I wasn't running, then we go for a meeting and it's like, what should we promise them? What policy should we give them? I've been living with the problems, so and I've encountered the problems. So it's very pretty straightforward and easy to profile solutions that goes to solve basic problems that everyone faces. And so when your policies is linked with their own problems, the students are able to resonate with your campaign. It doesn't appear like an artificial campaign promise that you do. So they resonate with it and you tell them how you're going to get it done. And when they see that, yes, how you're explaining how to solve the problem is possible. And I think everybody wants to get their problem solved.
Exactly. Yeah. Guys, I'm here with Latif Lawrence, the SRC president for University of Cape Coast. What triggered me to come all the way from Accra to UCC to come and interview him on the campus show is I saw a picture on a friend I have here status about you saying as part of your policy, whatever thing that you do for the school, but the student body, you'd want to do a campus store. So I was very surprised when I saw it, and with my research that I've done, I heard you have done it twice on a row whereby you go for goods and then you sell for students at a cheaper price. And I don't know of anyone though, any SRC body or president who has done that. Could you enlighten us on that? What triggered that and how it's going?
Okay, so when you're coming to University of Cape Coast or Cape Coast in general, first thing you hear is that there's a damn expensive place. And you'll be surprised to know that it's true because we sit very close to the sea, but fish is the most expensive commodity you can buy here. Fish is cheaper in Kumasi than you may even find in Cape Coast, maybe at least on UCC campus. I know in the towns it's not that costly. Food items are really costly, and you realize that they are just artificial increment in prices because when school is in session, there are more than 30 human beings, students, who have to eat every time. And then it looks like they exploit them. I feel that there should be a market option where students get the opportunity to
Run away from the
profiteering market.
okay.
Because when people go on vacation, I have been here a number of times during vacations. The tomatoes that is sold for say 4 for 10 cedis, suddenly 4 becomes 5 cedis when students go home. Why should we have such instances?
So in understanding you meaning because the students body is here or because the students are on campus, that's why the things are expensive.
It's Eco 101. It's basic economics. The more demand, less supply, price rises. In the run-up to the elections, we had promised what we call the SRC shop and shopping day. The general concept is to give the student a market option where they can get food to buy at cheaper prices because here most people the prices are high.
Okay.
And so when you have them, you have an option for them where we get from the companies, we collaborate with the companies. The last time Unilever was here, they sold most of their things at their factory price. So the students have the option of buying these things from them directly without having to be left in the hands of the profiteering group of people where their aim is to make exorbitant profits from them. So that is largely what the SRC shop and shopping day is.
So you're looking forward to collaborating with the manufacturers themselves.
Yes.
And providing for the student body at the manufacturer's price.
And our prices lesser than what you find in the market. Okay. And also we buying some of the food items and retailing to the student at subsidized prices.
Okay, so it being as I said, you have done twice. So is that all?
We've done once.
You done once?
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did one at the early part of this semester. At the early part of July, we'll do another
one. So yes. When you do next month, are we looking forward? Is the student body of UCC looking forward to have more to finish office?
Yes, well, as far as we can. It depends on the partnership. They have to also arrange and come. As many as we can do before we handle, we would.
Okay, then as part of your SRC or your policy and the things you want to do for the student body, your predecessor who left office initiated, or the student body have something called 3G where they are using, and in you coming to office you said you would do or give them 5G as part of what
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi they are using in school. I want to find out how far you have done with it, because I heard they are still using the 3G,
Yes,
which you are
yes,
continuing with the what the SRC started. So could you
yes.
briefly talk about the 3G and how far you're
So
going with it?
with 5 gigabyte, I've said it's a matter of finances and whether we can afford. We are clear with how much it will cost us. Samuel Adote started a very brilliant, commendable, and a very good initiative of the MTN data package, which seeks to bring everybody on. One of the ways that every student feels part of the SRC, when the month reaches and we credit them, everyone feels like I'm feeling the usage of my dues. 5 gigabyte.
So that one you use their dues to
Yes,
purchase it.
we use the monies they pay, not necessarily their due, but monies they pay to the SRC. So it was initially about the issue of cost, how much MTN will charge us.
Okay.
They have, as at May, they were not even sure of how much they would charge us. And then now they brought a bill, we negotiated from 200 cedis. Now they are charging each student 165 cedis for 5 gigabyte for 12 months. And so that is what we have agreed with them. And so now it has gone to PPA, because it's a sole sourcing. It has to go to PPA for PPA to approve. I was speaking to the procurement observing just this evening, but MTN had their own issues, even moving from May to June. So we had to, in the interim, ask that. So as we speak, we don't even have a contract, but we have to put just an interim measure so that we don't have the student losing out on getting nothing.
Yeah.
So now the entire bill is costing us 4.7 million Ghana cedis for 29,000 students estimated. And we have the money to pay. We have more than enough money to pay for that. And so the document has already gone to PPA. PPA is supposed to give us the approval. We are hopeful that by this week that has ended, we've not gotten wind yet, but if the approval comes, we do. So for now, we are very hopeful that from the month of July, we should be able to move into the next data package.
Okay, that's the 5G.
The 5 gigabyte.
That you're
Yes.
giving them.
Yes.
Okay, that one, how much are you paying to the MTN?
4.7 million
The
cedis.
4.7 million cedis. Okay. Now, so you are rest assured that when you see a wind or something, or getting a sign from the MTN, you would give them the package. They are rest assured.
Already, they have created the package. MTN now, the last time they are done creating the
package for you.
PPA, because it's a procurement process, PPA will now have to give us the endorsement as from their side. Then everything is in we are all good to go.
To go now. Okay. Yeah. So Latif, let's now talk about lighting issue. I found out that when it's evening time and students are learning on campus, which I've heard numerous times that UCC is one of the universities that really learn. So when they are learning in the evening, they have lighting issue, some of the lights not working and all that. As the SRC president, what can you say about that and what are you doing about it?
The last time we had a student community consultative meeting, we present videographic evidence to management in their face that look, students pay 100 plus cedis as maintenance and repairs bill. When you convert that, that's more than 10 million Ghana cedis paid by all the students. But we do not, more than 1 million Ghana cedis. We do not have corresponding repairs and maintenance. We did our own assessments, how much it will cost us and those things. We've held on to it. We've sent a request through the registrar to asking them to fix all those things, PA systems, lighting, broken chairs in lecture theaters and other things. And when we did, when students come from the J block, there are new public address system, the projectors. Yeah. There were some that didn't even have projectors. And the public address system, the Director of Public Affairs is working on that. The last 2 weeks, the electricity section had called because they wanted to fix some of the electric cables and other things that were broken. And then some of them too have to go through a whole procurement process. So the last time I spoke with them, some of electricity, for example, they said they were at the procurement stage of buying some of the bulbs and other things. But we have our own intention that we should be able to, looking at the progress they will get, be able to augment as SRC and assist in fixing some of the vital areas. For example, calc, if we are supposed to do anything, we went around, did the survey, the broken sockets, broken loop, what do we call it, bulbs and other things.
So you are certain that when management of the school doesn't do something about it, you as the SRC body will do something.
Or we'll do something, obviously. We already have the cost and everything down. But you see, it's not at all times that the SRC can jump into just taking over what management is supposed to. We have a contract, we've paid to management this X amount of money. We need to demand from them the usage of that money. And when you see that they are doing something and you can come in to help at a point, then you do.
Exactly.
But if not, all the time, management will run away from the responsibility.
All responsibility will be held.
SRC will now be taking over and doing all the things because it must be done. No.
Okay. So, Latif, do you have hostel problems? UG, for instance, and the KNSC, I know for sure that they have hostel problems, which is at most universities. I want to find out from the horse's own mouth. Do you have challenge with when it comes to hostels for students and where to sleep?
We do. It's not really where to sleep is not a problem. The price that is being charged is a problem. Because as of now, we still practice the in-out system, where most all first years are put in the hostels, in the traditional halls of residence. The problem has to do with the cost. And you see, the problem is about private ownership. The problem is not really about, because if somebody brings his private facility, right, the person has the liberty to price it how much they want. And it's also a matter of demand and supply. There are so many students who they know that definitely they'll come knocking looking for rooms. So if we want to really arrest that problem, the university should be able to have enough. We have to build more to absorb most of our own students. In that way, you have very few people chasing the private person for a bed space, and the person will be forced to reduce the amount he or she is charging. Okay. So it's a general problem, but I'm sure that when we get to a hostel
But as an SRC body, have you thought of, or is it in your plans to kind of have one-on-one talk with these privates?
We do. We have always done. The major problem they complain about is how much we charge. You see, typically, the truth is that when you compare how much hostels are being charged in the University of Cape Coast and other places, you see that great price differences. So some investors...
Meaning yours is lesser?
Yes, comparatively.
Okay.
How much typical hostel cost in Care University, you won't find. That is the truth. Maybe somebody will feel like, no, this is not the case. But if you go to a typical hostel in Care University, and you take that same standard and compare to UCC, you'll find the Care University will be on the high side. So the developers feel like there's more incentive going to Accra, Kumasi, because that is where you get the money. Because it's the same cost in building up the place.
Lawrence, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I just hope to get into Ghana School of Law, finish law school, and practice law.
Wow,
that's all.
Wow. So, and what legacy are you looking forward to living in this campus for you to be remembered for?
The most important legacy is that when I leave office many years down the line, 10 years down the line, somebody should walk up to me and say, you were once my president. Your leadership impacted my life.
That's what you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
Wow. So, guys, this is still the campus show here with me on the Pundit chair. We had a conversation with Lawrence Latif Johoway. He's the SRC president for the University of Cape Coast. And we have gotten to our fun segment where we ask our interviewees how smart they are. We find out how smart they are and we ask them a few questions. So let's take a quick breather. Be right back. You're only welcome to the campus show, and this is the campus fun segment where we have fun with our interviewees to find out how smart they are to be able to have fun on the show as well. And we just want to zoom on it very quickly to ask him a few things. So, Latif, I'm just asking you riddle questions, and then you just try to answer to find out how smart you are. But I'm sure
Yeah,
you'll be able to.
ridiculous.
I'm not good at you're putting yourself out there, but I'm sure you're able to put up something. So the first one is, what building has the most storybooks?
Library.
Library, that's good. But you answered it. What starts with T, ends with T, and then you have T in the word? What starts with T, ends with T? Sorry.
What starts with T, ends with T,
Yeah.
and has T in it?
Yeah.
That's
You
not-
just let me know.
That's T.
T. T ends with E.
But there's T in T.
But it doesn't start with. It doesn't end with T.
Thought.
Okay, so that one he lost to that. So that one is teapot. Teapot. And then the last one is what
There's
rhymes?
still T.
It's still T.
There is still T.
And but then you say T, it doesn't end with T.
Okay.
It ends with A. But a teapot, you have a T at the end. So the last one is what runs through a whole yard without moving? What runs around a yard without moving?
It's the net. When you build your yard and you put the wire net on it.
Yeah, that could be an answer, but that's not what I'm having here.
You don't need to have it there to be the
No,
correct answer.
no. I set my question. When YX set his question, you don't do your own marking. YX
But
marks,
sometimes the answer can be outside the marking scheme.
but you don't.
Or the wire net does not move, but it's around the entire yard.
But you don't do the final marking.
Okay. What's the answer?
So the answer is fence. It's a
It's
fence.
not fence wall.
And why didn't
So
you say
the
fence?
the fence net it also moves.
Okay, so why didn't you say fence net at least?
No, so that's why I was saying the wire. It's a net. So
I see. So guys, this is the campus show, and this is the fun segment we had with Latif Lawrence Johowe, and he proved to at least know something about riddles, which he thought he's not good at. We'll take a quick break. I'll be right back. Yeah, welcome back to the campus show here with me and Pondichi. And it's unfortunate that this is where time will allow us to end this conversation on having an in-depth conversation here with Lawrence Latif Johowe, the SRC president of the University of Cape Coast, telling us what he has done, what he's looking forward to do, and among a host of things. The question for the day is, as part of the policies and everything that he has listed, he initiating the campus shop, and he also bringing 5G, which he's looking forward to do. The question of the day is UCC the best university in Ghana? Let me know your thoughts and comments right in the comment section below for us to get this interactive, and also tell me what you learned and how best you think we can do.
are you doubting times higher education? Are you wiser than them? Are you more established than them? This is a dead matter. We are number 1 in West Africa, number 4 in Africa.
That's what you say. But guys, let me know what you also think based on not only this submission or this interview, but what do you think if UCC is the best university in Ghana? Let me know. My name is Andy Pondichi. Meet you soon on the flip side. Bye bye.
Walk like I'm winning, raise like it's finished, live with no limits. Cause I know you the biggest. It's in my DNA. I'm good with your goals.